Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. When you're tuned in, you're with Lady Business and Give It to the People Radio, where you're going to get enlightened, enhanced, empowered, and enriched. Make sure that you always tune in to Give It to the People Radio. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to Give It to the People Radio. I'm Chisa Penix Brown, and I am so excited because this is one person that I've been not stalking, because I don't usually stalk, but perusing the internet and watching her so insightful videos where she has the best attitude and personality, and she yells at you and makes you want to do right, Black people.
Hello. Thanks for the love, sis.
The love
I appreciate it.
So this is Kezia. If you don't know who Kezia is, the Black upstart, I'm going to need you to get your whole entire life together.
Tell them.
So I know this summer you saw that Hot Girl Summer, and I know you saw all of her rules to get your financial life together.
You got to get it together.
Get it all the way together. And I was just like, one of the things I thought about was that I love the way that you turn social media into this is what's popular, but let me show you how to make it financially impactful.
Oh, 100.
And so what made you even start kind of taking those pop culture things and then turning them into information that we could actually use?
That's a really, really, really good question. I think, there was this meme that I read, and it was like, I hope that the last book you read wasn't Facebook. Like, that hit me right in my gut.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I'm an avid Facebook user, not as much as Instagram. Yeah. But if we're going to be on a platform, why not use it for entertainment and also education?
I love that.
And so you mentioned Hot Girl Summer. I also did like a City Boy Summer.
I was
like, Nipsey Hussle 10 tips. Like, how can you merge pop culture with those things that I think we really need to be learning as Black people? I mean, Black wealth is projected to be 0 by 2053. Yep. And I think if we don't start taking active steps to combat that, then we'll be in a really terrible situation.
Oh, and that's for sure. One thing that I also love is you've been able to help so many people through your platform, through the Black Upstart, and somebody told me somebody gave you a couple of millions so that you could do some things, right?
Really?
And that's what I'm just saying. That's what the media is saying. No, when you look online, you know how people are just like, oh, you got so much to do this and that. And I don't think it's necessarily, because I think a lot of times, especially with our people, we want to look at like how much money somebody has gotten from somewhere or how much they've amassed in relation to their success, right? Yeah. And so regardless of that, you've been able to still save money and do things for other people, which I think is a little bit more impactful than you just amassing money for yourself. So when you went to start the Black Upstart, what was your motivation for doing that?
That's a really good question. Actually, I wear 2 hats. Okay. So the first hat is CEO of the Black Upstart.
Come on, CEO.
But I also, thanks, sis. But I also lead a national entrepreneurship program with the United Negro College Fund. And I was hired to launch that program 5 years ago. Okay. And the purpose of the program is to teach African American students how to start a business before they graduate from college. I'm not sure if you know, but a Black college degree is equivalent to a white high school diploma. Wow. So I'm going to say that one more time for the listeners and for the viewers. That
in the back.
A Black college degree is equivalent to a white high school diploma. And so what that means is that a Black person can go to high school, graduate, get a diploma, go to college, graduate, get a degree, compete for the same job as a white person who sat in the same desk as the Black person and get paid probably the equivalent of someone with a high school degree. Like, I think that that's absolutely ridiculous. And so when UNCF called me to launch this initiative, for me, it was empowering because I was like, let's teach Black students how to create a job so they don't have to go begging other people to do for them what they could do for themselves. And so for UNCF, I was traveling all across the South, North Carolina, like here, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. And I was selling this whole concept of, who wants to be an entrepreneur? Who wants to be a business owner? And the students weren't having it. So really? It's like, do you want to start a business? They were like, no. Do you want to be an entrepreneur? They were like, girl, say that again. I can't even pronounce that word. Oh, wow. But when I asked them if they wanted the $20,000 scholarship, they would nearly knock me over trying to get the information. Okay. When the information sessions concluded, it was the moms, the dads, the uncles, the aunts who would say, this is information that I need. And I believe it was because they experienced the pain of employment, especially Black women who will lose $840,000 over their working career, not because they're not twice as smart, twice as good, working twice as hard, but simply because they're Black and they're women. And so I went back to UNCF and I said, I think that we have a business opportunity. We should train the babies. Yeah. They will learn one day that they need to learn how to be their own boss. But there's a generation before them that we need to invest in. And UNCF said, nah, player, I don't want to do that. So they were like, but if you want to do it, we will endorse it. So I was like, okay, can you put that in writing?
But sometimes that stamp of approval is the thing that you need too.
Yes, and also that paperwork.
So that paperwork.
We got to get the paperwork.
Come on, paperwork.
And so when they signed that paperwork and gave me the legal freedom to test out a business concept, I did. And so November 2015, I put out an application for people who wanted to learn how to start their own business and received 123 applications. The expectation we had set was for 40.
Wow.
And Black Upstart has been growing ever since.
Come on. Now, one thing that you said that I think is important is because I'm a big believer that every child does not need to go to college, because I think that a lot of times you know the aptitude of your child and don't waste your money
100.
on a kid that doesn't want to focus in high school. It doesn't mean that just because they graduate that all of a sudden they'll just jump into, oh, okay, I'm going to do wonderful once I get to college. Yeah. So I've always seen entrepreneurship as a natural course, and maybe it's just how I was raised. But for you to think of something that you can do, use your skills and be able to make money. And so 100. Your program is exactly doing that. And so I am very proud of you. I really am.
Thank you,
I love it. It's amazing.
It.
And I just think that, you know, people need to recognize those things. And just as my final thing, I saw you was on that Route 100, girl.
Oh, thank you.
You better get on
such
that
a
100.
bad day when I saw that. But I was like, you know what, Lord, you are always right on time.
He makes no mistakes.
At all, period.
No. Yes. Okay. Well, look, thank you so much for coming out and being on the Give It to the People podcast.
Yes,
we appreciate you. Yes. And so everybody, you're going to get to see this video. So we'll put this out and then you'll get to hear this lovely little podcast, because we want to keep it moving, because we're actually live today at the Engagement and Inclusion Summit 2019. And so she's going to do a session. We're going to go ahead and record her session too, so you can kind of see some stuff. And we just want to wish you all the success in the world.
Thank you. Same to you, Queen. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Thank you so much for listening to Give It to the People Radio. Make sure that you follow us online at ladybusiness.com, LADYBIZNESS. We look forward to helping you grow, sustain, and maintain your business.